Hello and welcome. My name's Jessica. I'm a Brisbane-based escort and I'm the host of the Latex Files podcast on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you might get your podcasts. And I also create content on TikTok and Instagram. Well, let's get straight to the point. How many clients have I seen in a day? There have been 2 instances where I have been on tour and I have seen 7 clients in a day. Now, you might be asking, what does touring mean? That sounds a bit weird. Like bands might tour around or a circus might tour around with performers, it's not unusual for escorts to travel from city to city and see clients in that particular city. And we do that because we're only there for a very short period of time, and so everyone kind of has to get out there and see us if they want to see us. So it's a really good way for us to hopefully make quite a bit of money in a very short period of time. Now, one of the times I saw 7 clients, it was 7 lots of half-an-hour bookings, and I can remember this quite vividly because it was the first time I'd seen so many clients in one particular day. And you might be wondering, was that really physically taxing? Or you're wondering about being like the last guy in line. Okay, well, on the physically taxing part, yes, it was physically taxing, just like if you were to work sort of like a full day. But understand that because I'm doing 7 30-minute bookings, my actual working time with the client was 3.5 hours during the day with some spaces in between each client. There were probably 2 clients where I didn't do the full wham bam thank you ma'am with them. We did other activities, if that makes sense. And there were a couple of clients who got the job done in about 15 minutes and thus they weren't there for the entire 30 minutes. So in as far as we're talking about the actual full shebang, the full wham bam thank you ma'am, I would say about half an hour of my day between the 7 clients was actually spent doing that full activity. So the part that I personally found the most taxing or exhausting in the whole saga was meeting a whole bunch of new clients. These were all 7 new clients. It was a touring location that I had never been to. So meeting them and having kind of the stress of wondering who they are as a person and meeting them and just getting used to a new person. There was also the stress of, okay, my phone keeps pinging because there was a lot of people wanting to sort of see me on that day, maybe wanting to move their bookings a little bit earlier, a little bit back, etc. So it was just me kind of time managing while also being charismatic and lovely and looking good in between bookings. So rushing around, touching my makeup, having a shower after each booking, putting on my lotion again, putting on my perfume again, resetting the room and going for the next one. So it was quite a rushed period throughout part of the day. Now, the second time that this happened to me and I saw 7 clients in a day, I believe it was 2 1-hour bookings and 5 half-hour bookings. And I think at this time, this was a different touring location that I'd been to before. So half of those clients were clients that I'd seen before. So it was a little bit less intense, a little bit more relaxing for me. As far as feeling physically taxed after seeing 7 clients in a day in these bookings, I've actually had days where I've seen 1 client for maybe a whole bunch of hours and I felt a whole lot more physically exhausted. I worked in Melbourne several months ago, which is a day that's springing to mind. So it was the second day that I'd been touring down there in Melbourne, and I think I had 8 booking hours total, but only between 3 clients. And for me, I found when I finished with the last client and I was tidying up at the end of the day, at the end of the night rather, I was very tired. Often when you do have these longer bookings, you are kind of going at it for a little bit longer than just back-to-back half-an-hour bookings or back-to-back 1-hour bookings where the process is sort of completed much more quickly. A big part of what can be exhausting for us is the sort of ancillary activities that can be involved in the process, not just the wham bam thank you ma'am, and also just being on and being observed and having to be poised and be the best charismatic, bubbly, delightful, personable, wonderful person that the client is really paying to spend time with. Well, thank you so much for watching. Again, my name's Jessica and I am the host of the Latex Files, where I do get into a whole lot more topics like this. So if you are interested in the adult industry, particularly full service, please don't forget to check me out over there. And yeah, as always, if you can like and subscribe to this video, it really helps out my channel a lot. Thank you so much.